Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys could join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast at Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all can be with us. I'm about to bring in our friends over on Instagram so they can be part of our conversation for today. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. We're excited about our next guest. She's been with us before, but she has a lot of things happening in September. I want to talk to her about, including an in-person event later on this month. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon platform, welcome. I'm going to type you guys a quick welcome message over there. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button just in case you are new, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by our next guest. Melissa Banks is back with us. She's an award-winning master event planner. She's a best-selling Amazon author, also a media personality as well. I'm going to talk to her about her busy September, her new program she has, where she's featuring female entrepreneurs called Women Who Shine. But she also has her signature experience event taking place in Mississippi later on this month. Melissa, welcome back to the broadcast.
Well, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure, Cyrus Webb.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you on, Melissa Banks. I appreciate you being on with us. As I mentioned, you have a lot going on this month. We're going to get into that. Purpose is a big part of your platform, though, Melissa. For those who follow you on social media, you're known for posting your inspiration, your motivation. What has it been like for you to be able to discover your purpose and walk in it?
It's it's been wonderful. It's been the reason I can keep moving. Once you can discover your purpose, what are you here for? What and you focus your actions based on that purpose. That changed the game for me once I was able to do that. So I'm able to focus on women. My purpose here is to motivate, to encourage and inspire women to believe in themselves, take off the limiting beliefs and go for it. And that's what I believe to my core. And that belief and sharing that and inspiring women keeps me going.
Love that. So it's been interesting though, Melissa, because when if people had met you prior to 2020, when people asked about Melissa Banks, they would have probably only been thinking about Melissa Banks, the event planner. What has it been like for you to think about now Melissa Banks, the motivational speaker, Melissa Banks, the media personality, Melissa Banks, the award-winning author? What has it been like for you to tack on these new titles and to expand your audience?
But not only did people think of me as an event planner only, I thought of myself as an event planner only. So first my mindset had to change. I had to do something about my mindset that would allow me to step into these other arenas. When in 2020, when the world changed, that meant my dream, my business, the way I thought, everything had to change. And once it did, and I was able to move, even while afraid, into areas that were new to me, it became a growth process. And that way my mind began to change. So I started thinking outside of event planner arena and into my purpose that we just talked about as different doors began to open, doors I never would have thought of prior to that time.
So what was that like for you? Because for those out there who are looking at you, Melissa, and we use this word a lot and it fits, but it's kind of become a word that people use for so much, and that is pivoting. You mentioned 2020. That is the year a lot of people had to pivot. What was it like for you to be able to do? Was it easy? And what has it been like for you to share the importance of the pivot with other people?
It was hard because I had spent the last many years as an event planner. I had event planner goals and event design. I had finally built the business and the year that I had been working for, and it collapsed very quickly, not a slow collapse. It collapsed. So I was afraid. I was stepping into areas that I really hadn't focused really hard on. So I didn't know how to do a lot of things. So I had to get some training, get myself working with some people who knew how to do those things. And I had to believe in myself. And that was the biggest part, is believing that I could move through that. I didn't have to give up on that, but I did have to learn how to do it differently. And I had to believe in myself enough to step into arenas that were new and uncomfortable. It all felt uncomfortable. But what I knew is I wasn't going to give up. What I knew is what took me by surprise did not take God by surprise. And I had to do the work, keep moving, and keep believing in myself.
So you mentioned, of course, being able to do the work. And part of that is the two things I mentioned that are happening right now, Melissa. One is your Women Who Shine series that would not have happened before 2020 because you weren't a media personality, before 2020. But also, of course, your signature experience that is more in line with the Melissa Banks brand. So let's start with talking about the Women Who Shine, because talk to us about that, because part of that is what you've been able to do with one of your two shows that you have, and that is Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I have a couple of my dream books here. Talk to us about Dream by Design and how that came about, Melissa.
Well, talk about not being in the media personality space. I had never even done a radio interview. I had never presented my business interviewing other people. So it was all a new journey for me. But I kept moving, I kept learning, I kept growing, and I kept believing that I could do it. And that's what Women Who Shine is. Women Who Shine is just celebrating women, the journey. We all have a different journey, and we all have to overcome something to keep going, to believe in it. And we all have a different way of doing that. And I believe that women can share that with other women so that we can all move beyond those things that's been holding us back. And this series is to put the spotlight on women who didn't give up. This is women who inspire us, women who keep us going because they kept going. And that's an opportunity for them to do that. We not only spotlight them on our podcast, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, but they're spotlighted in Conversations Magazine. They receive their own dream journal because journaling is so important to my journey. I believe it is to others as well. So I'm honored to give them that as well. So we're excited about the Women Who Shine series.
And so, Dream by Design, as I mentioned, is the name of one of your shows. Of course, for those who are watching us, they'll see again the Dream by Design books. I have the other ones here, the Inspirational Journal that's here. Also, we have the Dream by Design Affirmations for Teen Girls and Their Mothers. I have my book there. But the book that started it off was this one, Melissa. So I want to talk about this because when you first did the devotional, and I'm going to highlight it for our audience joining us on the Amazon side, what was it like for you that was your first time embracing the title of author? What was it like for you to be able to have that book out in the world?
But it was kind of very out of body, right? So I knew I wanted a devotional. I knew I wanted to have my own devotional in the dream boxes that we were giving out. And I simply just kind of off the top, I want to do a devotional to my friend and mentor and publicist. And he said, well, then just do it. And from that moment on, it became real. It became something that I was proud of, but I was scared. And at that time, to hear author in front of my name was really different for me. And it was hard for me to adjust to that. But I was excited. I was excited to meet people who said that the motivations in that book encourages them daily. So it's been exciting. And of course, the author role has grown over the years.
Right. Exactly. Hello to you, Ann Burt. Good to be able to see you over there on IG. Appreciate you being with us. And I also appreciate you guys over there on YouTube as well as on Facebook. You guys have any questions or comments for Melissa, make sure you guys do put those in the chat there. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents on Amazon Live, but we are simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. Melissa Banks is our guest. She's an award-winning master event planner. She's a motivational speaker, also an Amazon best-selling author, as well as media personality. We're talking with her about a busy September that she's involved in right now. We're just talking about the Women Who Shine event, but you kind of are going back to your roots later on this month, Melissa, and that is with your signature experience. Talk to us about that and what people in Mississippi can expect from it.
Everybody who knows me know I love creating experiences, no matter how small, how big, it's all an experience. And I thought it was just time to put everything out under one roof, have some fun, and invite people in, network. We will have our signature pearl collection, which we haven't had it in person in a while. We've been doing the Dream Party Lives, which we've absolutely loved. But I'm excited about having the jewelry right there. You can try it on, touch it, feel it. We're also going to have the entire Dream by Design book collection there. And we're signing the books, taking pictures, just going to have a good time. And also our signature candle collection. And we're introducing 2 new fragrances on that day. So we're just going to have some fun. We're going to have some refreshments, of course, and just network and have fun with each other, which we haven't done in a very long time. So that's happening September 27th, 2 to 4 here in Mississippi.
All right. We're going to let our audience know, of course, they can stay connected. Melissa, the other thing that's been interesting for me to watch you be able to embrace Midnight Ace Book Bar. Hello to you over there on IG. Good to be able to see you. Is social media. That is something now that's become a big part of your brand. Talk to us about that. What it's been like for you to navigate the different platforms and to build your audience online?
Well, it was a must, right? So I wasn't totally new to social media when everything changed, but I didn't really understand how it all works. And you have to really understand it and continue learning, because once you learn something, things change, and you have to learn how to use it what's best for your platform. And
Mhm.
that's been the biggest challenge, but also the biggest reward, because you do get to share things right away with your audience. They get to comment. I mean, just the Dream Party Lives have just opened up a whole nother door for us. But it's a process, and I just would tell anybody it's necessary. It's not optional anymore. It used to be where you could do it or you could not do it, but it's necessary now. You have to do it, and you need a presence there. But put yourself in the company of someone who is expert at it if you're not, so that you can learn the process. Otherwise, what happens is you get overwhelmed and you don't do anything. I learned that the hard way. So I try to stay learning, understanding, and doing my very best to show up so people can know who I am and know what it is I believe in and what it is that I do.
Yeah, finding someone who's compassionate and understanding and very easy to deal with. It's very important, you know.
Well, I actually didn't say that because I haven't been able to find that person, but, but the person I found has been very helpful.
Oh, I was interpreting. I was your interpreter.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone long suffering and understanding, compassionate. Yeah, I was just trying to help out.
oh, okay.
So, Melissa, so let's talk about the other side, because we cannot have this conversation. Everything we've talked about so far sounds great. I'm very proud of you, very excited for you. But we cannot have this conversation without realizing that these are very challenging times for a lot of people. And not everyone feels encouraged. Not everyone feels inspired. No, not everyone feels like their dream is possible, that they can achieve the things they want. What would you say to those people based on your own experiences about why they should not give up, even though they may not can see themselves out of the situation they're in currently?
Well, thank you for this question, because this question is near and dear to my heart, because I'm that person. There have been moments where things were dark. The world was noisy, it was negative, the no's were flooding in, and the yeses were very sparse. But the one thing that was consistent was my faith. I get up every single day, whether it's a great day in the world or it's not so great. I get up every single day finding something to be grateful for. I use affirmations to help me believe at the moments that it's hard to believe. And I say them out loud every day. I am powerful. I am a masterpiece, which is my favorite one. I am created in the image of God. I inspire, motivate, encourage myself, even when the days are dark, even when part of the day is in tears. I have those moments. Every day, I don't wake up feeling like it's a wonderful day in the world and I'm excited to be an entrepreneur. But what I know is the belief in myself, the hard work, and believing in my dreams is what keeps me going. You can choose to quit, because quitting seems easier when it's really hard, but really it's not, because that dream in your gut, that dream in your belly, it's there. You have to push it out. And every day it's not going to look great, but every day you should believe and you should work hard. And I can't say work hard enough, because people think you show up and you look like this and it's easy. I look at Cyrus Webb and your business, and I tell you all the time, you do so much work, but you make it look so easy. So when you're looking at other people thinking they're not having a hard day, even Cyrus Webb has a hard day every now and then.
Mhm.
But that doesn't make him stop. Make stopping not an option. Once I decided quitting is not an option for me, then I put things in place, put some tools in place. Listen to people who motivate you. Listen to people who doing what you do and they're doing it great, and you want to watch them. Encourage yourself, believe in yourself, and never give up on yourself.
Melissa, that is so great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you're right. I think that's the thing. We don't realize everyone has their own challenges, right? And I think, the worst thing we can do is, what I believe personally, is compare ourselves to others, because we don't know their whole situation. But also, as you said, make quitting an option. And I wanted to ask you that because I know, this has been a challenging week in the States. It's been a traveling week across the world. There's a lot happening in the world right now. And even though people have something, it's always to believe it. right? Believe that something can happen from it. Melissa, what do you hope people who look at you and look at your career, look at all that you've done, what do you hope they're able to realize about what is possible if they don't give up on themselves?
I hope they see that um, their dreams are still possible,
Mm,
even when it's not easy, even when you can't figure out the next step, even when the noise you're hearing is saying you've been trying this long enough, it's time to quit.
mm,
Even when you're hearing that, I hope they look at this 26-year career and know that I did a lot of changing, I did a lot of growing. I had thoughts of quitting. You're not Thoughts of quitting happens to entrepreneurs and people working to build a dream. The
yeah.
thought of quitting doesn't make you stop. You can
Mhm.
think about it, but as long as you keep moving, keep believing, keep investing in yourself every single turn. When one thing doesn't work, then try another thing. When that date that you planned for something to happen didn't happen, you move past that date and set another date. What you do is make quitting not an option. That I'm believing in myself, I'm banking on myself at every turn. Even on those days, Cyrus, I have days where sometimes it's tough. Some days I
Mm,
cry, then I get back up and work. What I don't do is stay down, and only you can move you. Nobody else can do that. Watching someone else, talking to someone else, they can't do it. They can change, they can put something else in your head to quiet that noise, but you got to take the action to do it. And it's all up to you. Just decide that you want it bad enough, that it's in your gut and you want it to come out, and you're not taking no for an answer. You're going to stand on it and bet on yourself every single time.
I love that. Anissa, hello to you over there on Facebook. Anissa says Melissa Banks is such an inspiration and word indeed. Her gift is a gift. Thank you so much for watching, Anissa. So when you hear from people like Anissa, Melissa, who have seen the gift in you, you've shared experiences on this program. People have come up to you in the bathroom, a public bathroom, and and talked about how you've inspired them. Does that feel like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do and want to do?
Absolutely. Because I believe without a doubt that my purpose, my gift here is to inspire, motivate, and encourage women to believe in themselves. So, where that opportunity happens, just a few years ago, I would have only been doing it in private.
Hmm.
But my God Almighty, I'm so excited that my voice can be heard worldwide now. I can encourage the woman that I can't physically be in the bathroom. I talk about one time I walked into a hair store and simply asked a hair question that turned into a 30-minute session of inspiring and motivating someone who is really hurting. So I believe that's in my heart, that's in my gut, that's who I am. And that's why I'm going to use my voice to encourage others every single opportunity that I have. My entire platform is built on that purpose.
Yeah. Last thing I want to talk to you about, Melissa, then we're going to recap for our audience what they can be a part of both online as well as in person in Mississippi. And that is your show, the other show that you had, the Melissa Banks Show. Talk to us about the difference in the Melissa Banks Show and your first show, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks.
I'm excited about the Melissa Banks show because I have the opportunity to not only talk to powerful women, but I get to talk to men as well and hear about their journeys and the things that they go through in order to build their businesses. So we wanted to open it up where we're inspiring and encourage others to go for that dream, to push for that product or service that you have and have impact on the world. And that's what the Melissa Banks show is. It's talking about the journey along the way. It's sharing your challenges. It's sharing your lessons learned with other entrepreneurs. It's also sharing your products and services with the people who need them. So we're excited about that show.
Yeah. So, Melissa, a lot going on for you. So, let's recap for our audience what we've talked about here. You have the Women Who Shine series that people can be a part of. I definitely want you to let them know the cost of that and what they get with that, but also remind them of the signature experience. Go ahead and let them know, for those who are in the Mississippi area, how they can be able to join you for that at the end of the month as well.
Okay, awesome. This has been an inspiring conversation, Cyrus. You've been good for most part, but thank you for having me. Okay, the Woman Who Shine series. It's about celebrating women. It includes a guest feature on the Dream by Design with Melissa Banks show, a spotlight in Conversations magazine editor in chief Cyrus Webb, and a free signed copy of our Dream Journal. All of that valued at $150, but you get it for $59. You can get it at dreamdmd.com/shop/WWS, or of course you can go to themelissabanks.com and make it easy. You can get it also there. Also, the signature experience is happening, guys. If you're in Mississippi or close, you want to join us for an afternoon of elegance, fun, celebration. We will feature our signature pearl collection, our Dream by Design book collection, and our wonderful candle fragrances. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to just connect with each other. We haven't done it in a long time. That's happening September 27th from 2 to 4 at 500 North Point Parkway, Jackson, Mississippi.
All right. I'm go ahead and typing a message over for our audience over there as well. Anissa says, thanks for being nice and listen. I'm always nice. Anissa, I'm not really sure where. I think she was thinking about somebody else. Somebody may have cut her off in traffic or something. I don't know what she was talking about. Hey, Tina, good to see you. Tina Siemens joining us over there on LinkedIn. Appreciate you being on with us. Melissa, great conversation with you. Congratulations on a very busy month. I know you have a new book that's going to be coming out. Looking forward to talking with that next time. So definitely looking forward to our next conversation together.
Thank you again. It was always a pleasure to talk to you, Cyrus.
I appreciate that. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.